Hello, viewers. Welcome back to Power Up with Pride 2025. We're here raising money for True Colors United. And if you're ready, we are here for the Square Soft Classic, The Bouncer, with Asuka424.
Y'all ready for a game that has no rails to go off of? It's going to go off of the rails so much? Because I'm definitely ready for that. Hello, friends. I'm Asuka424. I have two friends with me, two very good friends that also play this wonderful game if they'd like to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Dynamite Dan, TNT, and I'm very excited to be watching Chaos.
My name is DE Cosmic, and I run a lot of action games and a lot of PS2 games as well. And the bouncer is pretty dope, so I am here to support Asuka as she plays this game.
And I may or may not have the stream open, and it's a very interesting font that I am seeing that is not the main menu of the bouncer. But so I don't know if I don't know if we're stalling or we're just gonna get going. But actually, no. Before I know a perfect way to stall. There was a bid war, and just to confirm, which character am I going to be suffering through?
So, Volt Kruger himself has won the bid war.
Yes.
So the interesting factoid about us, the three of us, we each kind of have specialized in a specific character, and Volt is not mine. Volt happens to be our wonderful Dynamite Dan's. So, yeah, so this is gonna be fun. If we are ready to go,
Yeah, I'm still seeing a different game on the
yeah, I'm
screen
still
here.
seeing a different game. So,
Yeah, I just pulled up stream as well.
Well, if you were in the bid war and you voted for Volt, you have great taste because Volt is pretty sick.
here, I haven't
Kill me
even
not
started the
biased.
run. It's like I haven't even started the run, and we're already spreading lies. Got it. All right.
Okay. Oh wow.
All right. We're not gonna diss on Zell from Final Fantasy VIII after he finally drank all that whey protein, okay? And got a much better jacket. I gotta
Yeah, I
say.
did. Hey, I recognize that
All right, there we
screen.
go.
All right. Oh boy. So I'm just getting ready for this to get off the rails, but we are officially now ready to go. We are doing Volt in 3, 2, 1. The Bouncer.
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 So you have to say it the right way every single time. It's like a requirement.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
would you like to explain to everybody what the favorite part about this first fight is? Because this is a very totally technical fight, and I'm actually curious how y'all fight this part.
I stand in the middle of that room and I read a book. So
Yeah.
we wait for the enemies to beat us because even though there are 5 enemies in this fight and they all have health bars and you can attack them, like it's actually just faster to fail the fight. I think you lose like 30 seconds to a minute if you actually try to beat all of them, depending on how fast they defeat you, how fast they deplete your main character's health bar.
And and this is the only part that's kind of crummy about Volt is he does start off with the highest like health pool.
Yeah.
But I've had, because I tend to play Co, I've had this fight go like 40 seconds. I've had that fight go 2 minutes. And it's just whatever it wants to do.
I think the shortest that I had that fight go as Sion was like 30 seconds. It was
jealous.
nuts. Yeah, it's pretty great. I mean, it's not great later in the run when I'm like fighting for my life. But
See, as a Volt player, that fight goes for like a minute and 10 is my fastest.
Oh, jeez, dude.
That sounds about right.
So the Bouncer, for those unaware, is a 3D beat 'em up game. It is actually the last SquareSoft game that they did before becoming Square Enix. I think there's even a point where like they were reprinting copies of the game with Square Enix on the cover instead of SquareSoft, but don't quote me on that. I do just know that this is, as far as I'm aware, the last game they did as SquareSoft. So there are 3 playable characters. That's why we had the bid war. So there's Volt Kruger, Sion, Sion Barzad, and Ku Lefo, I think his name is, or Letof, or something. I don't know. It sounds very something like that. Yeah. There's Steve Bloom.
With a pseudonym.
But yeah, so you basically go from cutscene, like you go through a cutscene and then you do a fight, and then you watch another couple of cutscenes and then you do more fights. You learn more about the world of the characters on these loading screens here. And you also learn a lot about like how the story is pieced together by playing through all three characters. The game is very much designed to be played multiple times, sort of like one of those old arcade games, you know, where you just kind of play it a lot, and it's, you know, you don't necessarily need like pick threes or I don't know, like procedurally generated rooms to play it a whole lot. But Vault here has this Hammer Fist move, and it does a lot of damage. And not only does it do a lot of damage, but it also leaves enemies standing. So you don't have to wait for them to get back up after they have like been dealt a lot of damage. Sion and Ku, their most damaging combos, knock the enemy down, so then you have to wait for them to get up. Every time you defeat an enemy, they give you a certain amount of points. It varies depending on the enemy type. And if you knock enemies into each other, like hopefully this, yeah, right here. So you can ragdoll enemies into each other, and the more they bounce around, the more damage they'll do to each other. And you can actually like chain rewards from kills this way. So we're gonna only be upgrading like power during this run, like strength stat.
Oh, I will 100% be upgrading health because.
Oh, you're gonna upgrade health? Okay, fair enough.
I'm doing health after power.
Call me a risky man, but I only upgrade power.
If it wasn't Volt, different story. On Volt, we're gonna give his health bar a little bit of a chonky boost there.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's fair.
And also to kind of bounce off of what Cosmic was saying, conversely, if one of your NPC allies actually get the like finishing blow on an enemy, you will not receive any experience points from that enemy, and that includes bosses. So if Sion decides to give a mean right hook to this next boss coming up, Asuka will not be receiving any of that experience.
So let me tell you why I love, but I also hate Volt. Volt, when I'm not playing as Volt, is the #1 stealer of everything that is boss points. So it's like, he has this natural knack for it.
He is quite big. He's definitely in the way a lot. I do the tank.
Accurate.
Exactly, he's the tank. He has to be up front, and then he takes the damage, and he takes all the credit after.
He's got the instant fuse and party finder. He knows what's up.
Now, this next fight is the first boss fight. Oh, come on, boy! Give me
too.
He really did you dirty.
He did. But this is the first boss fight where we have Echidna, and she is a butt. Putting it nice.
Yeah.
That is a way to put it.
She's Eddie Gordo from Tekken 3. Every casual fan of the game's favorite character. She just kind of stays near the ground a lot and kicks everywhere. And she dances on you. And like, I don't know about you, but it's one thing to have a boss like beating you up and comboing you, but if they're just like busting a move while they're doing that, it's like doubly damaging to the psyche. So, I mean, fortunately, she got cleaned up here. She's, you know, on the train out of town now, and now we're on this train that's like in danger of crashing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like one of the few like not fight parts of the game where we.
I love that we're required to choose a character for this.
Yeah, doesn't change anything.
It like, this is 100%. Like, if you choose not your normal character, I believe that makes the run invalid because you're not choosing your character. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Things are hard. But we're literally opening 3 boxes. That's it.
I should also point out that in the story, what's currently going on right now is Sion's girlfriend got kidnapped by some ninjas, and we are pursuing those ninjas. We hopped a train, and now the train is rigged to explode, I guess.
Oh, the plot!
Yes. Yeah, the escalation in the plot is just exponential.
And then I guess we end up in like Shadow Moses or something.
Yeah, we're in space.
Yeah, we're in space. Yeah.
That's
We're just bouncers. We're just bouncers, man.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep people who we don't want in the bar to stay out of the bar. And now we're
Not
fighting
very
ninjas and
successfully.
security guards.
The
Also, this
entire
is,
world is our bar, man.
yeah, this is my favorite part. I like to call running from my problems. And so there's two different running speeds that you can have. It's depending on how close enemies are to you. And when enemies are far away, you run, well, I don't want to say fast because, well, no. But if the enemies get a little close, you start walking. And yeah, I've got friends. And this is one of the few times that they're actually helpful to me. So, which that's companion AI is a thing that I question on the daily. But yeah, so we're just gonna let those two fight all of the security guards, and we're gonna run from everything because it's faster.
I do want to break in here and say we did get a $25 anonymous donation that closed out the Cabin Factory Cute Cats incentive. So we will be looking at some cute cats in that game.
GG's. Ooh, and I see a very important question in chat. Did the announcer say the bouncer yet? Because that's a rite of passage in this game.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to solicit some more donations, but Olivia Fairlight and Alice Rajasu did both send $5 each that just say, the bouncer, the bouncer.
Yeah.
There you go.
More people should send donations that say the bouncer. I'm just saying.
If
I
you know
agree.
nothing about this game, you know the bouncer.
I will
Yeah.
commit to reading every donation that says the bouncer.
Nice.
Yeah, feel free to butt in with all of them, honestly.
Oh, 100%.
Like, whenever the one just comes in, we could be mid-sentence, just the bouncer.
Just
Go for it.
bouncer. So, I was telling my wonderful compatriots before this, these three I consider like end of disc 1 final bosses because they are not fair. They guard, they're just impossible.
Yeah, there's
Sir John Wick, Jason Bourne, and Jack Reacher.
I like how Jason Statham got replaced with Jack Reacher now. I'm okay with this.
I respect that, honestly.
Agreed.
That's fair. My favorite part of this fight is like if you beat this fight with Sion, he's like, the ship's ours now, and it's like, okay, dork. Like,
And
So-
Bolt.
meanwhile, Volt's like, it's nothing personal, kid. Like,
He said the line.
and let's talk about the bouncer in the room that is legally distinct Sora before Sora existed.
all right, look, okay, this
Here we
game
go.
starts. This game
Time to see on
starts,
play with the
and
three of us.
Sion is like, I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, does any of this even bounce or not? And then you start the game. So
No.
Doggo! No, dogs are not free!
So if Sion is Sora, which one is Donald and which one's Goofy?
Yes.
I think that Volt is Goofy.
Oh, 100%.
And then
Yeah.
Volt is
he's taller.
Riku. Volt is Riku.
Yeah, Volt could be Riku, I guess. Yeah. Does that mean
Yeah.
that like
That-
what does
does
that
that
mean?
make
That
you-
Ku is Ku is Kyrie? I don't know.
Honestly,
you could pronounce it as Kuri. You know, we could
Yeah.
get, like Mantu going. on there.
Wiry.
Query, I guess.
Okay, that guy did not have to do that backflip right when I was about to kill him. Okay, who took that kill? Which one of you?
It was Sion. So
Yeah, probably. All right. For some reason, this next boss fight, Mugetsu 1, I have issues specifically with Volt where he's because of where he's positioned at the start of this fight. I just
yeah,
this
he's-
game.
He's positioned like very far in the back.
Mhm.
This is Mugetsu. He is like
Where are you?
a really wild and he's like a really wild ninja. He's got the one like he basically looks like if Raiden from Metal Gear Rising just threw away his sword and was like
That's
ah!
right.
He just took like if he just became the Joker, I guess. So he's just gonna
Good way to look
flail
at it.
over. He's just gonna flail all over the place. But meanwhile, Volt's like, nah, we're just gonna do the hammer fist.
Yeah.
It's also incredibly hard to find him in this forest because he's dressed like every other character that's
That's
in
true.
combat.
You have to
His-
look for the hair,
The hair.
poking out
The
the back.
The
Yeah.
first two fights are just like, he's somewhere. I know he's somewhere. But it's usually after I've already gotten beat up by him. I'm like, oh, yep, nope, there he is. Or he teleports away. It's like, oh. Yeah, so this is sorry.
Go ahead.
I did want to give a shout out to the chat here. Due to a $50 donation from Fidgety Frolic, we have crossed $1,300 raised. Good job, everyone. Keep it coming.
Hey, nice.
Let's go.
I just completely potatoed that one. So this is Rufus Shinra at home. I like to call him that. And also a cat. It's fine. Okay. No, I don't. Cat.
This is becoming a catastrophe. I'll tell you that.
Right?
All
my
right. So
goodness.
this is.
There it is.
That was Duragon, and Duragon is. I actually forget his role. I'm going to be so honest, but he's got great hair. So
He does. Like I said, he's
and he
Rufus.
can fight.
Literally
He's
Rufus Shinra
yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
Also, can we
We're,
count? 1,
Oh yeah, all these
2,
things that we have to skip.
3. This game is 4.
You're
5.
skipping his tragic backstory. What are you doing?
Skipping his tragic backstory. It wasn't tragic enough, clearly.
At this
run
point in the game, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, this runs normally like 3.5 hours by itself, but yeah, this is where things actually get interesting. And feel free to explain why.
So at this point in the story, all the characters are split up after you beat Duragon, who was, by the way, fighting you with one hand behind his back. And they're all split up into like very different objectives. So Vault actually has to do, I think, 3 or 4 fights in total, where he's in this like underground maze area kind of ish. But really all you have to do is take this left and then it'll take you through some fights. And then that's what's going to take him to the second Mugetsu fight, where he's going to join up with Ku and Sion. Sion actually has to go through like a whole bunch of rooms, do one fight, but it's like a lot more loading screens. Ku has to play like some mini game where he, like matches gestures with the guards. But you just don't do that in the run. You just kind of like make the same flexing motion at them, and then they're like, "You're not special forces," and then you fight them. And then here, Dan, I think this is your favorite enemy in the game, right?
Oh yeah, I love these enemies. We're introduced to these little robots that look like the robots at a conveyor belt sushi place that bring you your drink, but instead of bringing you like a nice refreshing beverage, they bring you death.
Yes. Can confirm. That's actually a very good way to describe it.
I would say so. This next
We have
fight here, I think, go for it.
We have a $5 donation here for True Colors United from Silent Harmony that says, The Bouncer.
A
Bouncer.
They're
There's a whole
lining
lot
up
of
with
enemies here.
dominoes. I
Yeah,
love it.
they just.
This is one of my favorite rooms
that
in
got 'em all.
Nice. Because of that, because of the ragdoll potential, knocking enemies into each other to do increased damage, it's one of my favorite rooms when running this category.
Now, mind you, the enemies, when you're playing with your compatriots, they can do that to you.
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Get out of here.
They were pushing you on the ground like it was their turn on the slide.
Right? Yeah, I said no. See, I said no escape because my back says so. So
Which, by the way, Vault actually has a cactuar on his back that says "No Escape," and it's got the cancel out symbol over it. Jacket.
love it.
He's so cool.
Yeah, it is. I had
We're gonna
a
go through one
brief moment of
room
where I was
here.
going there.
Yeah. Yeah. Then he goes, "Oh, somebody was here. Was it Sion or Ku? Spoilers, it was Sion.
It was Sion.
Who was looking through a bunch of files about like these people that were like experimented on by Mikado Special Forces.
Also, totally not legally distinct Shinra headquarters right here.
Yeah, it's true.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I just noticed while you were all talking about the back of his jacket that he has no shirt on, so like leather jacket directly on the skin.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And Sion has his hoodie directly on his skin as well. He has none of them wear shirts. Like Ku is just wearing his vest. Sion's got his hoodie. They're just
get
like,
back
out
here.
here, man. Oh goodness, get down, Mr.
Okay,
President.
Zell.
The
Thank
setting of this game is clearly anime California. That's why they don't have shirts on.
Oh, nice. There we go. Mugetsu down.
Sweet.
So now we're going to actually go through another area that is not just simply a fight. You have to escort Dominique, who in like 2 minutes, by the way, is going to be revealed to be like an android, which we did not know this at the very start of the game. So
Spoilers.
scratch another one off the bingo card, I guess. The damsel in distress is actually a robot, as opposed to the other damsel in distress in this game that's a
Let's
cat.
go.
That's just it.
No,
Yeah.
it's me.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so hilarious part when you, depending on who you choose in that specific cutscene. If you pick Sion, she's like, "Oh, yay! I'm doing this with, like, I'm going with you." Smiley face emoji. Okay, Roomba, we talked about this. So when you choose Volt, Dominique's like, "Oh, okay, it's Volt. I kind of wish it was Sion though." When you choose Ko, she just looks at him with absolute disgust. She's like, "Why do I have to go with you?" It's like, wow.
Ugh.
That just, okay, fine, then you can handle yourself. It's like in this segment, if Dominique dies, that is a game over.
Yeah, you pretty much just have to hug the left walls of like, well, left or right, depending on the room. And just get past all of these robots. You have to go down like 4 flights of stairs or something.
It's 5 floors technically. So okay, buddy. No.
And
Hit
depending
Dominique!
on
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, technically that is the best outcome right now because it means that you can keep moving.
I like how I go from, so if Dominique gets hit and dies, it's game over, to hit Dominique, please.
Right, you're like, hit the decoy, let me pass.
Look, welcome to the bouncer, okay?
It's true.
She's a robot, she can take it.
Right?
All right.
So, okay. I was
now
joking.
Now it's getting a little dicey. Yeah.
Now it's a little scary.
Ooh boy.
Do I actually have to do my job and protect her? What is this? In this
I think you
economy?
can just keep
Yeah,
it.
this is. Yeah, it should be fine. Oh Jesus! that
He
hit
almost
me.
had you with the pincer attack.
Oh my God. Hmm.
Nice.
Don't look at her! Don't look at her! Don't look at her!
Fine. It'll be okay. We just got to take a left here, and then I think we'll be in the last room, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, she's about to get dusted. There we go.
Okay, I'm kind of going to safety kill this guy.
You can just run. It's fine. Trust and believe.
Look at me. Look at me. No. Yes.
See, you just gotta book it.
I gotta be
told
honest.
you.
I gotta be honest. Before, like, I was going to say, I've never seen Dominique die on this section. Like, it's so hard for her to die on this section, and then that happened, and I was like, I shouldn't say anything. I will jinx
No.
it.
I have died. I've lost runs in every way possible in this game. It's just, yeah.
So next fight here, this is PD4, also known as Li Chaolan at home. This dude definitely just be doing. He's also a cyborg. He has some extremely powerful kicks. He also has an arm that turns into like a whip sword type thing. He's a really cool character. I actually wish we could play as him in some capacity. That would be awesome. But he has a lot of recovery on some of his moves, so like you can pretty much loop him like really easily, or just block and punish whatever he's gonna do. Because like right here, he's just gonna kind of he didn't actually do the ending combo there. That's interesting. And then he got up in the wrong direction, and then he's toast almost here. Nice.
Like that's the last kind of boss where it's like I don't really have. Like we'd be going back quite a bit if I didn't beat PD4 in there.
Yep.
Everything's fine. So remember when I said that this has no rails because it goes off the rails? Welcome to the part of the game where it goes off the rails.
I also don't think any of us mentioned that this is one of those PlayStation 2 games where if you get a game over, you get kicked back to the title screen.
Yep.
True. Yep. Yeah.
And we have safety saves.
Yeah, we have safety
but,
saves.
Any fight can be terrifying. Especially when you're on PB pace.
That is true. Yeah, there comes a point where like you just cannot safety save. You just kind of have to just go and just take what the game gives you. So these loaders here, or the LD15s, and I forget what the black one is. It's like LD.
LDX1.
Oh, LDX1. Okay. Yeah. So these guys, fortunately, you can just kind of stun loop them, and they just don't get knocked down. So like Vault especially has an easy time of just hitting them with the double hammer fist over and over again. Ku has like his front flip that he can do. Sion has a little bit of a rougher time. He can just kind of do like his 1-2 hit combo, and it does a lot of damage. So that's cool. But
And this
moving
next
on.
fight.
Yeah, now we got to fight Echidna for a second time, and she does not like to chuckle. So,
This is
we're
the
just
fight
gonna-
I've low key been dreading.
Yeah, this is a tough one because she's surrounded by two loaders, and they deal a lot of damage, and they have very wide attacks, and she also has some very evasive attacks that she can do. So the goal kind of is to just get her away from them, if possible, and then just wail on her with some combos. Ooh, nice. Okay. Almost.
Ooh.
Oh, she dodged that one. Yep, there we go. Okay, we got one more to do, and then... Oh, never mind. Okay.
Get out of here.
Nice. Let's go.
It's just for some reason, dealing with her, I have better luck going
On
low.
the low attacks? Yeah.
I just, yeah. I look at those black LDs, I'm like, mm-mm. Nope.
She got no shin guards, dude.
No,
Free hand.
nope. Oh yeah, by the way, we're going to space now.
Nice.
As bouncers are wont to do. This next particular menuing is especially brutal for Sion players because it's the one time you don't want to choose this character first.
Yeah, so you have the ship that we've commandeered from the police officers earlier in the mission, and Vault's actually driving it right now. So this first selection here is to pick who's driving the vehicle while we fight the boss, and it's going to be Mugetsu for a third time. And he's totally just like, he's going ham now. He's taking off the helmet. He's like, gloves are off. I'm a lone wolf. I'm just going to kill you here and now.
Yeah, this is one of the most terrifying fights in the
jeez.
run, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he also just like corkscrew dives through the air at you.
Yep, this isn't good.
And,
I'm probably, yeah, this is going to be your, yep.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Yeah.
So
All
time
right, so
to
pretty
we
much
have to take these
we got the bacon, G-bus. All right.
We got the bacon.
We got the bacon.
we got the bacon. Bacon.
Yeah, and Mugetsu will just do that. Straight up. It just be that way. 13. 13.
Yeah, Rocket Tower deck. That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds right. And it's just, and I was saying, like, I was pulling off perfect Mugetsu 3s earlier, and it's over. Nope.
Nope.
He just said no this time. So it's like, all right, I guess we're doing it again.
Yeah, there is like a very cool aspect to this run where like a lot of the RNG that happens, you have to adapt to it in the middle of fights. But then there's some times where like, as Dan mentioned, a boss like corkscrew spin through the air and just deal a bunch of damage to you out of nowhere, whereas they might not have done that for like 3 runs in a row, and it just deals a ton of damage, and it's like, well, nothing
And it's
I
like in
could
that
have done
particular
there.
fight, I was just getting bounced off of Ko repeatedly. So my health was just getting worse and worse and worse.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, we're gonna get the loop going.
Nope. I'm like, look at Ko, please. Okay.
That was the corkscrew attack.
Yeah, and then now he's got his back to us. Okay, he did the corkscrew again. Nice. Oh, I thought that actually would have finished.
Boom. I'm like, yeah, he didn't have health bar. That's fine. Rude. Oh, just not enough. So yeah, getting through that fight is very nice. He's gone now, so we don't have to worry about him. But now we get to deal with, a cat.
Yeah, this is a woman that was experimented on by Mikado Special Forces. She was a friend of Sion's, like earlier in life, and then they gave her the ability to turn into a panther. The panther transformations in this fight, yeah, she's an animorph. The
Real
Panther
quick,
transformations in this fight, go for it.
I love Volt's line here where he says that's no ordinary panther on the space laser like space station.
Right?
He's just like, watch out, guys, this is not an ordinary panther.
It's like, thanks, Tips. I had no idea. So it's like
Appreciate it.
the best Chaldea fight is to actually be able to get her without her transforming back, but honestly, it's one of those, if she transforms back, just repeatedly hit with low attacks, and we're fine.
Yep.
Except for now, the final fights.
Yeah, so this is Duragon again. I believe he's using Dominique to like power the laser or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In
That's
the same
logical.
way that the one chick from Outlaw Star is used to power the ship. But you know, we're just bouncers, dude. So we're gonna just dust him up.
If he
He
doesn't.
has, yeah, he's decided to not just fight us with one hand now. He's actually fighting with both hands. So that's pretty cool.
Come on, come on. Yeah, all right. I will say
Very good.
time will be on the final hit. Because yeah, it is a two-phase fight. Because now, as anime characters are wont to do, the coat is off.
Takes his
Okay.
coat off and suddenly he's way more
Okay.
powerful.
Oh,
Yep.
100%. Could you not look at me, please? Thank you.
He's got the Home Depot fit going on, dude. Like, he's out here.
Sion, I had
Build
a
a
combo
shed after
going.
the fight.
Here at Lowe's, we know how to improve
And
your home.
time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Nice work.
Thank you.
That was pretty
Aside
good.
from, yeah, just like everything was fine, except Mugetsu 3 said, I'm going to show y'all what happens when a bouncer decides to bouncer.
Mhm.
In that
As
case,
you would want to do.
well, it bounced me hard. Just like, well, because it's another thing you don't really see much of is you can guard against like attacks. Well, you have a finite amount of guard, and you really don't start noticing that until Dargon, like these final two Dargon fights, when you're like, I can't guard anymore. Well, you become tired and you can't guard, and it's just like, oh, I guess I actually have to fight now. Heck.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
And
so
3 nightclub bouncers stopped a giant space death laser from destroying the world.
I was dreaming that I was killing lots of people. It was just a bad dream, and you
Yep.
won't have any more of them. All right, Sion. Sure, dude.
can we appreciate how tiny Volt's head is proportionally to the rest of his body? Can we just take a moment? As we're watching this fantastic cutscene, and I see
This ain't
more and
no
more
air
comments.
carrier.
I'm just doing my job. They bounced. Well, as they are bouncing from space, Dan Cosmic, let everyone know where they can find you, what you're currently playing, and where we might see some more silliness with the three of us and the bouncer in the future.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, once again, my name is Dynamite Dan TNT. You can find me on Blue Sky, Twitch, YouTube, pretty much everything, Dynamite Dan TNT. I'm currently playing and practicing the bouncer Volt Percent in anticipation for SGDQ 2025. Myself, Cosmic, and Asuka are going to be running a 3-way race of the bouncer, playing as each of our respective characters. So please look forward to that, Cosmic.
Yeah, I mean, you can find me at places on SD Cosmic. I'm currently playing a lot of the bouncer. I am pretty close to getting the sweep for any %, so that's pretty dope. You just sometimes see the Matrix, man. It's cool. And then I think after that I'll probably be playing Otogi a lot because Otogi's dope. Yep.
That's a good one. Yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv/Asuka424. I play good games badly and bad games quickly. I'm going to be doing a lot more co-runs in preparation for SGDQ. Otherwise, I'm currently obsessed with both Final Fantasy Type 0 and Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which is a fantastic speedrun. You can also see me, because I play games in very wildly different genres, on Sunday. That would be 7:21 Central, 8:21 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing Sound Shapes and doing an album that was exclusively made for this game by Beck. So we're doing 100% of that. It's going to be good fun. But everybody, thank you for your fantastic donations. Keep raising money for such a fantastic cause. And yeah, thanks for having us. We're bouncing.
Yeah.
We're bouncing on to the next game.
And thank you all for bouncing back here to Power Up with Pride 2025. We're here raising money for True Colors United. Up next is going to be Star of Providence by Lilac Vert Oligochi, and you should stick around for that. I did want to mention that with us meeting the Look at Cute Cats incentive for Cabin Factory, we've now also opened Retro Game Challenge 2's incentive of the bonus Super Demon Returns speedrun. That's a $200 incentive. We also still have open the King's Quest 6 musical skips featuring a 90s love ballad. That is a $200 incentive as well. We have $30 towards that so far. So keep those donations coming. We also have a bid war upcoming for Fear the Spotlight to choose the character. So check out the choices there. See what you want to put your money to. Remember, you can put your donation towards both a bid war and a target incentive. It lets you do them both. If you don't know anything about the charity we're supporting, which is True Colors United, you should know that communities and youth homelessness service providers want to be safe and welcoming for LGBTQ plus youth, but often don't have the knowledge or resources to do so, which creates barriers for these youth to get the support they need. True Colors United fills that space by offering free training and resources on how to meet the needs of LGBTQ plus youth experiencing homelessness. We also advocate in government and media to help ensure critical funding and services for all youth and create opportunities for youth who have experienced homelessness to be key leaders in the effort to end the problem. Whether you know it or not, you're part of the solution too. People often think that because they don't work at a service provider, they can't make a difference. The reality is everyone can make a difference. LGBTQ plus youth experiencing homelessness interact with more than just the folks working at shelters. They also go to coffee shops and libraries, ride public transportation, use the internet. To put it simply, they live life. We all share the same world. Now, what will you do to make it a better one? I do have to get in one last the bouncer donation here from Cat Dad, Mar, and Gaki. They put their money towards the character poll that we've just opened up for Fear the Spotlight. Amy was their choice, and their comment just says, "The Bouncer." I've put a link in the chat for you all to see other places to find Power Up with Pride, whether that be the Discord, the Blue Sky, the Mastodon, or on YouTube. In fact, on YouTube, you can find the previous event VODs as well as the VODs that will be going up for this event in case you missed some of the runs this morning or you're going to miss some of the ones on Saturday or Sunday because we're going all weekend. Just a reminder, if you're putting in your donation, you can select both the bid war and the incentive to kind of double dip your funds there. You select which one you're doing on the right side, and you'll be able to select which one of those that you're selecting on the left side of the screen when you donate. We are starting to move into the late night shift here. Star of Providence is next on deck, but we also have Resident Evil Village, The Cabin Factory, Fear the Spotlight, and The Typing of the Dead coming up. So we're about to enter somewhat of a spooky block after Star of Providence.